In this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how to make this beautiful beaded necklace. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda and you're watching Link Preferred. Today I'm gonna be sharing with you how to make this beautiful beaded necklace from scratch, which is made with some seed beads and some crystal beads. I promise you this is going to be one of the easiest bead making of a necklace you've ever come across. Without further ado, let's jump right into the tutorial. And if you're here to subscribe, please kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Thank you. Alright, so for the materials, I'm using some crystal beads. These are size 6 crystal beads and 2mm seed beads. You can use size 8 crystal bead if you want to, okay, but make sure you use 2mm seed bead for this tutorial. Start by picking 4 seed beads and you're going to pull down like that. Then from the opposite direction, you're going to pass through all the 4 beads. Pass through all the 4 beads from beneath, okay, and then you're going to tie a knot. Make sure you tie 2 times or 3 times and make sure it is very strong, all right, to avoid losing. Okay, so after tying, go ahead and cut out the rough edge or the excess, okay. Yeah, this is what I'm having, okay. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna do now, I'm going to pass my needle through the next bead. Okay, I'm gonna pick one bead and pass through the next bead. Okay, pick another one bead, pass through the next bead. You're going to do this until you go around the circle. Pick another one bead and then pass through the next bead. Pick another one bead and then pass through the next bead. Okay, alright, so when that is done, you're going to be having something like this. If you don't have something like this, you're gonna be starting from the beginning. Alright, so just make sure you're having this, okay. Alright, so the next thing to do now is to pass your needle through the next 3 beads, okay. Just pass your needle through the next 3 beads. Count 1 2 3 and pass through the next 3 beads. Just make sure your line is coming out through this bead there, that bead at the edge, okay, that very bead where I put the needle, that is where your line should come out from, okay. So I passed through the beads at a go. I've passed through the beads at a go, so just do the same. You can pass through the beads one. So after that, I'm going to pick 4 beads, and from where my line is coming out from, I'm going to pass through the opposite direction of that bead. Okay, just pass through the opposite direction of that bead and pull down. Okay, then you're going to be passing your needle through the next bead. Alright, so pick one bead and pass through the next bead like we did previously. Pick another one bead and pass through the next bead. Pick another one bead and then pass through the next bead. Okay, so make sure you're stretching your line. When that is done, you're going to be passing your needle through the bead in the middle, through the seed bead in the middle. Okay, the bead in between the one we added now and the previous ring we added. Okay, now we have successfully added two rings. From where your line is coming out from, you're going to count 1 2 3 4. Pass your needle through the next 4 beads. Okay, I'm passing through the beads 2 2 at a go. I pass through 2 first, I pass through 1 and pass through 1 again, making a total of 4. So just make sure your line is coming out through the edge again, or you're going to be repeating this step. Just do exactly what we did here. I don't want this video to be too long, so that's why I don't want to repeat it one more. Just do exactly from where your line is coming out from, pick 4 beads and repeat exactly what we did here. Okay, alright, so just go ahead and repeat what we did previously. So now I've done this. I added 9 rings. Go ahead and add 9 or 10 rings if you want to. So if you look at the last one now, on the last one, my line is coming out down this way, downward. Okay, that bead down there, it is not going forward anymore. Alright, so just make sure it is coming down there. Add 9 or 10 rings on the last one. Make sure your line is coming out through the bead down there. It is going downward. Alright, so there I'm going to be adding, I'm going to pick 4 crystal beads. 4 crystal beads. From where your line is coming out from, you're going to be passing through the opposite direction of that bead. Okay, and then pull very tight and make sure you're stretching your line. When that is done, I'm going to pass my needle through the next crystal bead. Then I'm going to pick 1 seed bead and pass through the next crystal bead. You're going to do this until you go around the circle. Alright, so pick 1 seed bead again and pass through the next crystal bead. Pick another seed bead and pass through the next crystal bead. Okay, so now that is done, you're going to be passing your line through the seed bead in the middle. Okay, then pass through the beads there, pass through the next beads there, and make sure your line is coming out through that edge, our usual place. Make sure it is coming out through that edge. Now we are going to be going forward, no more downward. Okay, just make sure it is coming out through that edge that is going forward. Yeah, this is it. Make sure it's coming like this. So we are going this way again. So from there we are going to be adding 2 more rings. Sorry, we are going to be adding 4 more rings of seed beads. Just repeat the way you added the seed beads. Add 4 more rings of seed beads. 4 more rings of seed beads. So 4. Okay, don't add crystal bead, add 4 more rings. Now I've done that. I've added 4 rings of seed beads, as you can see. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now on that 4th one, you're going to make sure your line is coming out downward again. On the 4th one, make sure it is coming downward like that. Make sure it is coming downward like that. I keep repeating myself. All right, so just follow up what I'm doing. It is very easy. So from there I'm going to be picking 4 crystal beads, and then from where my line is coming out from, I'm going to pass through the opposite direction of that bead. Okay, yeah, now I'm going to be passing my line through the next crystal bead. Pass your needle through the next crystal bead. Okay, pick 1 seed bead and pass through the next crystal bead, just like we did previously. Pick another seed bead and pass through the next crystal bead, and make sure you're stretching your line. Okay, this needs to be tight. If it is loose, it won't be beautiful, it won't look beautiful. Make sure you're stretching your line. Okay, pick another seed bead and pass through the next crystal bead. Sorry, my fishing line is too long, that's why it is tangling. If you're cutting your fishing line, just cut the one you can control. Now I'm going to pass through the seed bead in the middle. When that is done, my fishing line is too long and that's why it's tangling. Please just cut the one you can be able to control while beading. Okay, so now I'm going to be passing through the next 6 beads, the next crystal, the next seed, crystal, seed, crystal and seed. Okay, making total of 6 beads. From where your line is coming out from, pass through the next 6 bead. Okay, I have 1 crystal, 1 seed, 1 crystal, 1 seed, 1 crystal and 1 seed, making total of 6. You're going to pass through 6 beads. From where your line is coming out from, I'm repeating again, count 6 beads and pass through the 6 beads. All right. Okay, so I am doing that right away. Now I am done passing through all the 6 beads. Now from where your line is coming out from again, yeah, make sure it's coming out through that place. Okay, through that bead there. So from there you're going to be picking 4 crystal beads. From where your line is coming out from, you're going to go and pass through the opposite direction of that bead. Okay, yeah, so you're going going to pass your needle through the next crystal bead. Just imagine how I'm struggling with this fishing line. It's funny. Like it is too long. So when I'm done passing through the next crystal bead, I'm going to pick one seed bead and pass through the next crystal bead. Okay, so after that, go ahead and pick one seed bead again. And pass through the next crystal bead. One seed bead again and pass through the next crystal bead. Then go through the next bead, the next seed bead in the middle. Okay, so you're going to be passing your line through the next 4 beads. From where your line is coming out from, pass through the next crystal, the next seed, crystal and seed bead. Okay, making total of 4 beads. All right, so I'm doing that now. I'm passing the beads 2 to each. So when I'm done, from there I'm going to be, now we've added 2 rings of crystal beads. Okay, so from there now I'm going to pick 4 crystal beads again as usual, and then from where your line is coming out from, make sure you go through the opposite direction of that bead. Okay, and make sure you're stretching your line as well. All right, so pass your needle through the next crystal bead. Pass through the next crystal bead. Okay, and then you're going to pick one seed bead and pass through the next crystal bead as usual. Pick one seed bead again and pass through the next crystal bead. Pick one seed bead again and pass through the next crystal bead. You're going to do that until you go around the crystal beads. All right, so when that is done, you're going to pass your needle through the seed bead in the middle. Now we've successfully added 3 rings of crystal beads. So we're going to pass through the next 6 beads from where your line is coming out from. Pass through the next 6 bead, 1 crystal, 1 seed, 1 crystal, 1 seed, 1 crystal and 1 seed bead, total of 6. Okay, yeah. All right, so I'm just going to do that right away, and the total beads you're passing through is 6 beads. The total beads are 6 beads. Okay, so just pass through the next 6 beads. Alright, so now I'm done doing that. From where my line is coming out from, it's no longer going straight. If you look, it's coming upwards now. So from there, I'm going to add 4 crystal beads, pass through the opposite direction of that bead where your line is coming out from. Okay, then pass through the next seed bead, the next crystal bead. Pass through the next crystal bead and then pick one seed bead and pass through the next crystal bead. Okay, so now that is done, we're going to be joining this to the other crystal bead. So there's a seed bead there on that other side, so go through the seed bead on that other side, that seed bead there. Go through that seed bead there. There's no need adding another seed bead, just go through that one there to join them together. When you go through that seed bead there on that other side, you're going to stretch your line, and you can see it has joined together. So pass through the next crystal bead again and then pick one seed bead and pass through the next crystal bead. And that is that. I told you it is very, 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 very easy. Okay, so this is what I'm having so far. Next thing I'm going to do is to pass your fishing line, pass it all the way through the beads, pass through the beads, okay, and make sure it is coming out from that edge, from that seed bead there, as usual. Okay, from the seed bead, our usual edge. Okay, I'm just going to be passing through the beads one after the other, and carefully I'll go through all the beads like that until I come out through that seed bead, the edge. Okay, all right, so now that is done, I'm going to add 2 rings of seed beads. I've done that already. I added 2 rings of seed beads. As you can see on the second one, make sure your line is coming downward on the second line. Okay, make sure it is coming downward. When you add 2 seed beads, leave the first one. On the second one, make sure it is coming downward. On that side, you're going to be adding a ring of crystal bead, just like we did previously. I'm just going to add that quickly. You should know how to do this by now. Okay, so after adding that ring of crystal bead there, okay, now I made sure my line is coming out through the edge of the seed bead. It is now going forward. So from there, I'm going to add 4 more rings of seed beads. Okay, when you add the 4, you're going to repeat exactly what we did here. Add the 4 ring beads and then start adding the crystal beads as usual. You're just going to repeat the exact thing we did on this side. Repeat it again and continue like that until you get your desired length. So now I am done. This is what it is looking like. I added 1 2 3 4 5 6. These crystal beads, the layers of crystal beads that I created are 6 layers. Okay, all right, so that is that. So I'm gonna be using this hook for this. If you're an OG bead maker, so adding the hook shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so I'm just going to pick 2 seed beads. I'm going to add my hook and pick 2 more seed beads again, 2 seed beads, my hook, and 2 more seed beads. Okay, from where your line is coming out from, just go through the opposite direction of that bead and then go through the beads once more. You can go twice or 3 times. That is that. So it is very, 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 very easy. After adding this hook, go ahead and do the same on that other side. I'm making this for a client. It is very, very easy. So thank you for watching this video. If you know you find this video helpful, please don't forget to share with your friends. Thank you. Now it is set for delivery. I just wanna relax and chill and flex. I don't want no stress. I'm feeling really good, I'm feeling really blessed. Cause my killing is the best. I'ma do show in a red mini skirt. And she got it both straight for her head. So don't stress me, no disturb me, oh yeah. Me I want it, my killing.